Hello and welcome to another episode of Stronghold Crusader AI Tournament. And guess what we are doing today? Today, well, you don't have to guess because I'm about to tell you. We are having the Emir against the Pig in the second round of the tournament, and it is continuing as it has previously. So let's oops. I always find it interesting that it plays a frame each time you do that when it's paused. But let's go real time. Not that well, real time actually. It's a bit faster than default time. Play on max time, max speed, and I think a lot of people do probably. Not that I really have to in single player, but I play on max speed in single player without pausing when stuff needs to look at. I just keep it going. I guess it gives a bit more of a challenge, a bit more stuff to do. That they're having another shootout. The archers and the crossbowmen. But it looks like the crossbowmen are winning today. Meanwhile, the Emir continues to send swordsmen to try to deal with the Pig's troops and economy, etc. Let's take a look. The Pig is low on money, and the Emir is also low on money. So the real question here becomes, who has the upper hand? And according to the order of merit, or the greatest lord here, it looks like the Emir has the upper hand. But I guess we'll find out when things end. Hopefully by the end of this video I'll be able to make a decision. And if we get really lucky here, we'll actually have an endgame screen. But that's probably not going to happen, simply because of how strong the defenses are of the two AIs, and the fact that their defenses are quite effective against one another's attacks. Although that being said, I'm thinking that the Emir is definitely a bit more effective in taking down the Pig's defenses. Now that being said, the Emir still doesn't really have that much of a way to deal with all these crossbowmen. Although it is worth noting that they have taken some damage from previous attacks. So, you know, it's not impossible, but it is a very narrow possibility. Poor engineers. I guess they didn't make it this time. But as Emir once said, we'll get them next time. So let's actually check the status of deforestation. Okay, we're progressing well at the bottom. The top still has a ways to go, but both AIs are now focusing on the top, which of course puts the Emir at a slight disadvantage, since the Pig uses a little bit stronger troops for the ranged and faster troops for the melee, which make things more difficult for the Emir. And here comes the Emir sending in another attack. But the effectiveness of having this large crowd of horse archers, of Arabian horses, sitting right here is that it effectively controls this part of the map, which is very good for the Emir. Unfortunately, they are getting a bit sniped at the moment, although it seems like they're now not in range. And here comes another attack. Moving swiftly, moving just past the swordsman. He didn't get held up there. And it looks like we have two catapults to see here. And there you go, the walls are already breached. And here comes the cavalry. Will the walls get closed down fast enough? It doesn't seem like it, but nevertheless, the firepower is definitely effective at taking them down. The swordsmen are on their way. Oh, and the pig himself has come out of the castle, but unfortunately, it was a bit too late for the Emir because he retreated right back. One swordsman almost got in, but it just was not to be. Now, if this tower gets taken down, because of its location, it may actually not be put back up if it gets only partially taken down, which could offer a significant advantage to the Emir when the Emir is attacking in this direction. But the Emir continues to deforest the south on his own. And in the north, it is a collaborative effort. Let's take a look at the wealth. Neither of them are building up a nest egg. This means that the game is pretty close. And that is exactly why we had to continue rather than make a final decision in the last episode. And here come more crossbowmen, moving in, taking over the farm. Of course, getting this area deforested will soon not really be an issue once the bottom goes deforested, because both sides will be fighting constantly over this area, making it extremely difficult for any woodcutters to actually get some wood. And I am seeing another bout of swordsmen moving out once again to their deaths as usual. And look at that. What a huge garrison to put on these farms. And the woodcutters' huts. It's that map control from the pig. It is very effective, and I don't think these swordsmen are going to be enough to push through it. Or maybe they will. Actually, now it seems increasingly less likely. Yep. But there you have it, map control. And I think that's why the Emir isn't really getting ahead. It's because of the pig's powerful ability to control an area with these crossbowmen. However, the Emir is sending forward fire ballistas, which are dealing some damage to the pig's economy. And that does add up in the long run. However, it looks like the pig is still getting plenty of food, so it's not a problem. Let's take a look at the Emir's food. Actually, relatively speaking, not as high. Could it be that the pig actually has an advantage here? Even though the pig is not being as effective defensively. Will this get taken down? Not right away, it seems. But it may very soon. However, this is indeed damaging the pig's stone supply. But not for long, it seems. Fire Ballista has moved up a tiny bit. Look at that! It looks like an actual army may be on its way to make an attack. Or is this a raid? I don't think it's a raid. It looks pretty big to me. Yeah, it's definitely an army. Let's see if it gets to the walls. It probably will, but after that, we'll see. I don't think it'll actually make it through. It'll just get to the walls, then they'll all get shot down. And here they come. Moving in toward the wall. Dealing some quick damage there, but they're not going to last too long on those walls. Because what they have gained in speed, they do lack in armor. And there you see it. There you have it. Taken down pretty easily. However, it has apparently shut down the Emir's economy for a short time. Gate was closed. But the Emir is still up in the order of merit. Pig has garrisoned farther south, making it even more difficult for the Emir to take any sort of map control in this area. Let's take a look at the southern trees. They are still being worked by 3 woodcutters, but not very extensively by the looks of it. And the Emir isn't really able to do much about this map control that the Pig has in the north. However, the south is still very well used by the Emir. The Pig actually has gained wealth, which I find very interesting and very intriguing. Now, all we have to see here is a sign that the Emir's economy is seriously suffering, and I'd give a win to the Pig. But no such signs here. The Emir is gearing up for yet another assault. If the Emir is capable of taking down one of the towers, that would really help out in defeating the Pig here. The Emir is sending more troops north. However, they are getting shot down relatively quickly, but it looks like some of them are actually reaching the front. Looks like the Pig is about to lose some map control here. It all depends on how things go in the next few seconds. And consider it lost. Here come the siege engines. Once again to break a hole in that wall right there. Once it's broken, they'll maybe switch to another side. Oh, look at that! Some lucky shots from the... Whoa! Lucky shots from the Emir. Shooting down at least 3 different crossbows. Now they are aiming at the tower. Plenty of damage. Killing. killing a man. I didn't really know what I was going to say there. And look at that, the tower is down to half, but it is slowly being rebuilt, and the catapults are being shot down. The walls are being rebuilt, is what I'm trying to say there. But the tower is down to half. Another such attack could perhaps reduce the tower to rubble, which would definitely weaken the pig's defenses here. So, the Emir, although it looks like the Emir is down on his wealth, he is up in his chances to win militarily. However, the pig continues to hold a strong economic grasp over the north, fueled by these powerful crossbowmen that come in greater number than the opposing archers, really lending that to be a great asset for the pig's AI. I don't know if this woodcutter is going to live very long. Probably not. Let's see. Oh, looks like he got away. These swordsmen are definitely on their way to quite a bit of trouble. It looks like a couple have made it to their target. And there it is, mission accomplished. Unfortunately, no one made it back. And the pig is sending in yet another attack. South continues to grow even thinner with trees. And here we go, separating into two groups, ready to attack once again, briefly shutting down the Emir's economy and putting a number on those walls. Really doing a number on them. Pretty soon they'll be a little bit close for the mangonel, but still available targets. And look at that, some swordsmen made it out before the gates closed, and they are cutting down the masonry. Swordsmen continue to advance toward the retreating crossbowmen. But unfortunately for them, it doesn't look like they will be winning today. As this one is indeed managing to get away. Let's see who has map control. The pig, of course, in the north. Some archers are being sent out to perhaps deal with the crossbowmen, but it's not going to be very effective. You would need quite a substantial number of archers to pull off that strategy. And that's a young tree being cut down, preventing that tree from spreading other trees around. And that really is going to help in deforesting the north. South continues to slowly get encroached upon. More archers in for the meat grinder. Seems to be a constant flow nowadays. Well, near constant flow. Gotta have a break time sometime. I think I'll go till 12:20, and then I'll call it quits, and we'll take a brief assessment of where we are. No buildings are not in use. The Emir is working his castle at full capacity, apparently. Let me just double check. Yep. Same thing with the pig. And the Order of Merit tells me that the pig has wealth. But the pig isn't really going that far up in troops, to be honest. It seems like they both may have really capped out a bit. But the real question I'm having here is, how will the pig work without the wood? I think that's the big question. That is actually what decided my match between the Emir and the wolf. It's because I noticed that when the wolf didn't have wood, even though there were still trees, when his access to wood was shut off by the Emir's map control, things started to go really downhill for the wolf's economy. So the question becomes, which economy is more sustainable? And it seemed like the Emir's economy was more sustainable. Or at least that the Emir was going to have the rest of the wood on the map. But at this point, I don't know how sustainable either of their economies would be without wood. So that is really what I am waiting on, to see what exactly would happen. Now they're going to chase after that woodcutter, but unfortunately for them, they're not going to catch up because they walk more slowly. However, this one isn't going to be so fortunate. There's not enough archers to fend off this counterattack. And the macemen do outnumber the swordsmen. South is going smoothly, and look at that. It looks like it is high time for another attack. Moving north into position from the south, and it seems like 2 more catapults are on the menu. But the question is, will they be safe with these crossbowmen in this region? I think that definitely is an important question to ask. Let's take a look. What is the Emir's troop count? 175 against 100. It looks like the pig may be gearing up for one of his own attacks sometime. But I guess we'll see what happens in the end. And they're being slowed down by the slope, which makes it difficult for them to move around in this area. There's one left, but he's not going to be very effective right there. And here it comes, the actual attack. They intercepted it, which is actually very bad for the horse archers since they can't really do much about it due to the sheer number of troops. However, they are going to really shoot them up, which has the effect of severely weakening the attack's impact. Horse archers are moving into the castle. And the pig's barracks is taken down. The pig cannot produce any troops at this time. None at all, because the pig only uses barracks. So as long as this remains unoccupied, it means no troops will be coming out from the pig. Both catapults are now moving to attack the tower. Swordsmen are moving in, engaging the crossbowmen in sword fights, but although they won the sword fight, they weren't prepared for the quarrels that were coming their way. That is the appropriate word, quarrel. The tower is damaged a bit more. It seems like the Emir didn't get so lucky this time in putting in quite that amount of damage onto the tower, but the barracks was taken down for a short time, which definitely hurt the pig's ability to defend. Let's take a look. Anyone on low health on these towers? Apparently not. You don't really get hit that much when the horsemen rush in, because they end up having to sword fight someone in and around here. So the horsemen don't really get off that many shots. And these guys were almost attacking the wrong building here. But there you go. Quite a few of them made it. And now they are damaging the pig's economy. Let's take a look at the pig's wealth. It has dropped to some extent, but it is still quite a ways above the Emir's. Who has map control? It looks like it was the pig, but the Emir is moving in and trying to take control. Take a look at the south. It seems to be actually pretty steady in the number of trees down here. It isn't going down very fast, is what I'm trying to say there. In the north, however, they are getting pushed to some extent, but it looks like neither of the two sides really have that many woodcutters up at this point in the game. In fact, all of these are from the pig, and there's only 4 of them. So I'm wondering, is the Emir doing just fine without wood at this point? And what would happen if we actually run out of trees? What would happen to the pig? Of course, the Emir is still getting some wood. Let's see which one he decides to cut down next. If it's this one, that means 1 less tree in the future. Now, there you have it. It's down, and he's probably going to cut down, maybe take a log out of this one. Or wait, no, he's crossing. He's going to finish this off. Actually not, because there's 2 bits in that log. It is 12:15. Still waiting on 12:20 before I take my final assessment for this video. And if things don't change very much, we may have to go on to do a next one, because the pig's economy is doing great, but the Emir's attacks just keep getting pretty effective on the pig's castle. So I don't know exactly what to say or about who wins. There you go, that's another small one cut down. Pig has regained control in the north, but the Emir wishes to contest it. Unfortunately for the Emir, things don't seem to be going very well here. Look at that. Shot down. But it looks like the pig is moving some of these crossbowmen. There'll be a time where most of the time spent woodcutting will be clearing these logs here, but once that's done, the pig will begin to push into this final nub in the north, just like the Emir is pushing into this final nub in the south. But could it be that the Emir has reached a form of equilibrium, where the new trees grow just fast enough for none of the old areas to really get taken down. I really find that interesting. Oh, another woodcutter down, and changed profession to a farmer. Now I see only 2 woodcutters for the Emir. It looks like the Emir is slowly moving away from cutting wood. But here comes another one. Let's see what he cuts down this time. Yet again, another young tree. It seems like that's really all that's being cut nowadays. I find that very interesting, very intriguing. Could it be that the AI is actually calculating for deforestation? I find that concept very interesting. And look again. Yes, it does seem to be so that they're only cutting just enough to keep it in this area, but not anymore. Here comes some swordsmen, but those aren't actually the attack swordsmen. However, they have severely weakened the masonry. They are now being shot to bits. But they have pushed right through the horse archers, and actually, by the looks of it, have killed the engineers, or at least most of them. And now the crossbowmen are shooting the horse archers. It doesn't look very good for the Emir's attack today. Meanwhile, the pig doesn't have really much to show for it either. They really clashed in the middle, had a big fight, and this is all you get. Some swordsmen marching up to the wall, trying to bust a hole in it, but probably not succeeding. Or at least when they succeed, they get shot down rather quickly. Meanwhile, the macemen are regaining control of this region for the pig. And most of the logs here have been cleared. So now they're going to begin moving closer and closer to the actual forest here, cutting down bits and pieces of it. Meanwhile, a firefight is breaking out once more, and it doesn't seem like the Emir's attack did much damage. And it looks like the pig is actually getting quite a bit of wood here. And that's another young tree cut down, reducing this area's the forest size. And I think that's an old tree that died over there. Maybe. Or maybe it's a tree that got cut down partway, because it looks exactly like that. Could be. Sometimes I do see trees that just fall down and die in this game. I bet someone in the comment section is going to write me a very strong-worded note about how I should be able to tell the difference. And to be honest, I don't really see it that much with these trees. There's another type of tree that I notice it more commonly. So that's maybe why I didn't really recognize what was happening right away. Anyway, 12/19 April. Order of Merit. The pig is still on the bottom. Looking at the castle, everything seems to be okay in both sides of the aisle. The pig continues to encroach on the remaining forest. I think a tree just fell down back here. I think that's what I just saw, but I can't actually see what it looks like for anyone who'd want to compare. But it doesn't look like this, is what I figured out. That is indeed my discovery here today. That it does not look like this. Of course, the question to ask then is, then what does it look like? Oh, look at that! Another woodcutter appearing right in the middle here, and there's another tree down. Down from age. And another young sapling cut down. Makes me happy to see that because it shows me the future. Anyway, well, it shows me a smaller forest in the future, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I'm going to stop right here. And if someone were to add an expert opinion as to who you think won this game right here, I'm thinking the pig economically, the Emir militarily. The Emir is being preferred by the Order of Merit, but economically speaking, the pig seems to be doing pretty well and seems to have a lot of map control, but I do not know how the pig will react when running low on wood, because it seems like the Emir seems to be doing just fine on relatively small amounts of wood, but the pig may have some more problems with that. Now, of course, the pig does need to buy wood to make the crossbows, so that is possibly a distinct reason that the pig may suffer quite tremendously under running out of wood. So I think that that would be interesting to see, and it seems like this episode we still have not reached a conclusion to that big question of who wins this match. I was sneezing there. I actually held it back, and that's why it sounded so weird when I sneezed. But anyway, thank you all for watching today, and I will be seeing you all next time on Awoltos over and out.